What's good? What they do? It's your boy Purple Lips back with another authentic conversation. Now, welcome to my channel and all praises to the Most High. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. Now, all right, y'all. Now, listen. This part of the interview got real. Now, we're living in a time where people want traditional values, where they want traditional benefits without traditional values. And honestly, this mindset is hurting our families. Now, let's go ahead and break this down. It's Shannon Sharpe, Jess Hilarious. Let's get into it.
By the time the 30 days, the representative is gone, they already in love with me. So boom.
But
you know what I mean?
You got it.
But yeah.
But you followed the false pretenses.
That's right. That's why I had to stop doing that. That's why I had to stop doing that. That ain't good for nobody. Don't send a representative. What you see is what you get. They're gonna love you for you, or they not. And that's how you know.
I had Cheryl Underwood on a couple of weeks ago, and she said the man, no matter how much he makes, should be the head of the house, and the woman should be willing to follow his lead. Where are you on that?
She said the man,
whether or not he makes the most money, the man is the head of the house.
Okay, I see that. I see it. I get it. I get it. I think everything is so different in these times.
Yes.
Everything is different.
Women, y'all ain't buying that. Y'all, yeah. See, I'm seeing. You tried to come up with a way that you can get you can rock with that position, but you ain't there yet.
Yeah. Now listen. Well, now I'm gonna set it straight. Wow, I love to be led.
Yes.
I love a man that leads. You know, I love a man with a purpose. You know what I mean? A man that I can learn from. I still see myself as equal in the household. I make decisions. He makes decisions. You know what I mean? With my fiance, he makes decisions. I make decisions. It's not him alone by himself. You know?
Yes.
And that's fine. You know, he has his own company.
Right.
And he makes his own money and everything, but still.
You gotta have some say.
Yes. And that's what it is. Now, how old is Cheryl Underwood?
Cheryl is probably a year older than me.
Yeah, okay. So I understand, though, in that era of her coming up, and you know,
that's how
it's different. It's different times, you know, but things have evolved.
But see, Jess, the problem that I got with you women today, y'all want tradition without doing traditional things. Y'all want to be flowers, and y'all want this type of what your mom and your grandma what they experienced, but y'all don't do none of that. Shh. Y'all ain't cooking.
Who?
Y'all ain't cooking.
Huh.
Y'all ain't. Oh, you see what you saying? I want some say too. My grandma ain't have no say in the house.
She didn't?
Hell no.
That's crazy. You need to talk to your grandfather about that.
No, Barney Porter wasn't playing that. Mom.
Now I get what you're saying. See, my grandmother shot her husband, so I. You know what I mean?
She had a lot of say.
You're damn right. She had. Hold on, what you say it was? What it's gonna be? All right, that's like shot him in his butt. Don't play with it. All right, so it's different over here.
It is
right now. Now, I cook.
Yes.
I clean. I take care of my children.
Okay.
So does he. He cooks. He cleans. He works. He takes care of our children. He treats my son like that's his son. And of course.
And he take care of you.
Yes, he does. And I take care of him right back.
Okay.
You know, I scratch his back, he scratch mine. I'm getting on my knees. I'm sitting on his face. All of that. All of that. Please. That's right. We both cleaning. We both don't. That's why I said we are both leading our house right now. He's leading me in other ways, but in a household, it's both.
So it's so this relationship,
king and a queen,
50-50. So you got say, he got say.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right, man. That's what it is.
Like that.
Yeah.
How did you know Chris was the?
See, all right, y'all. Now, this part right here had hit deep. You know what I'm saying? Because Shannon Sharpe brought up some real issues that you brought up some real issues, like the imbalance in expectations between men and women in relationships today. You got women saying they want a man who's a provider, who's a protector and who has traditional masculine energy. But when that same man say that he wants a woman who cooks, who nurtures, who supports his vision, and maybe even stay home with the kids, he suddenly is controlling and misogynistic. That's not like, to me, that's not balance. You know what I'm saying? That's like that's not even what y'all like to say, what a partnership. You know what I'm saying? That's not a partnership. You know what I'm saying? See, like, we got to get back to understanding that traditional values on both sides build strong families. You know what I'm saying? And strong families build strong kids. And you can't want a man to give you 1950s effort while you give a 2025 attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just doesn't work. And vice versa, you know what I'm saying? It goes both ways. Men can't do the same thing. It's a balance between this thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, men and women are designed to complement each other, not compete. You feel me? We're not meant to compete against each other. We're meant to complement each other, you feel me? And when both comes into a relationship with the mindset of serving family, not just themselves, like, that's when the generation wins. That's when the next generation, that's when they win. You know what I'm saying? And your kids don't just have, like, we don't need kids that's just that's our boss chicks or a high value man. They need a mom and a dad who value each other's roles. Like, at the end of the day, like, we need parents that value each other's roles. That's gonna help the next generation win. So yeah, I feel like Shannon Sharpe, he wasn't harsh. He wasn't harsh. He was just being honest. And it's more, it's time that more people say it out loud. Like, you know what I'm saying? We can build a legacy. And if we're too busy fighting over, like, who's doing too much, like, we're actually defeating the purpose and doing a disservice to our families at the end of the day. So I thought that was very important.
The guy.
Man, I'm going to be very honest with you. When I first met him, I was like, look, it's just going to be a nice little smash buddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I met him. But it led to this, where I am right now. Man, I met him February 23rd, 2023. I was just finishing up a co-hosting day at Breakfast Club. This was a year before I got the position. And I met him, and he's a truck driver, so he was on a stop, and I went into a restaurant, and I'm flirting with him and everything, and he wasn't really paying me no mind. So I'm like,
did he know who you were?
Yeah, he did, but he thought that, like, he was like, I don't want to be a part of no roast battle. Like, I don't.
Did you know you could be owed up?
Commercial.
That's the thing. People are intimidated. Guys are intimidated by me because they feel like
You're gonna try to clown him.
That's right. And so he just was like, oh God, this girl, nah. So I asked him, did he want to drink? He's like, nah, I don't drink. I was like, okay, you want an edible? I was feeling good. I was passing out, and he was like, nah, I don't do any of that, And I'm like, okay, cool. So
you're like, Ninja, what you do?
Yeah, what do you do? He was like, I drink wine with dinner, but I'm like, so why are you at the bar? Then why are you at the bar if you're not drinking? He said, because I'm grown. I was like, all right, don't do too much. All right, don't get sassy on me, So I'm drinking and everything, and then we talking. I'm still picking with him. I made him laugh, and that's when he cracked. And then he started engaging more, and I didn't realize how drunk I was until I got up and went to the bathroom. I was like, damn, I'm drunk. I gotta get out of here. So on my way back to the seat, he was like, hey, before I leave, I wanted to know if I could take you out. Would you let me take you out? And I was like, oh, now you want to know. And I'm all drunk. And I'm like, now you want to know about what it been. And so I'm falling all around. And he was like, he helped me and everything. And he was like, I'm going to just put my number in your phone because you probably ain't going to be able to do it. And then he took a couple days, waited a few days. Then he hit me up and he asked me, could he take me out? And the first date we went on, I never left him since then. We never ever, like, I swear I was like, I'm gonna just sleep with him and he's gonna be somebody.
Oh, the first day?
Yeah. When I met him, I was like,
whoa,
wanted to crack it. Take him down.
Jess.
I already knew I wanted to jump on that, climb that tree.
Jess.
What's up?
I mean, I thought like I came up in the era where you had to wait a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. It wasn't no first night.
Not if you know what you want, you ain't gotta wait. That's what the old folks say.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't jump right in bed and all of that. Yeah.
I mean, I had John Legend, and John Legend say, hey, he met Chrissy, they went out, boom. It's like that.
It's like that.
Women do that.
Women do that. I'm a woman that did it. I know a few that do it too. Listen, I just knew.
Where the heck got at? I ain't met.
You ain't mean the guy that do.
Women, I'm the guy they want to settle down with.
Right.
So they want to settle down with me, so they need a year. Yeah. That's what I said.
Everybody got a different purpose, though.
No. How you? Dude got it in the back seat of the car. You want me to wait a year?
I feel you.
Why they do me like that?
I don't know why they do you like that, Shannon. I don't know.
I don't look like a guy that want to have fun. I want to have fun too.
We heard you having fun.
There you go, Jeff.
We heard you having all the fun you was having.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
All right, how long did you make her wait? How long it was till you cracked that?
Oh, Lord have mercy,
Jeff. And you talking.
Hey, you know what I mean? That little audio that came out with Shannon Sharpe, we don't know if that was real or not. I ain't gonna lie, he was probably advertising on Viagra or whatever, because that's what he was kind of advertising. But anyway, diving into my point, you know what I mean? That was very important to hear, you know what I'm saying? Because this goes back to values. I mean, and then like Jess just said something that I really think that we need to slow down and reflect on. Like, she shared how after meeting her husband, she knew she wanted to sleep with him that same day, basically, you know what I'm saying? And she admitted that she thought that she might even end up being a booty call. You feel me? So like, now listen, this is my thing. I'm glad it worked out for her, and amen for that situation. You know what I'm saying? Marriage came out of it, so amen to that situation. But we can't ignore the fact that for most people, that kind of decision making leads to like soul ties, confusion, and heartbreak. You know what I'm saying? Just because it ended well for her doesn't mean that's the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? This is where traditional values like matters even more, because when you value yourself and you value family, you're not just thinking about the moment, you're thinking long term. You know what I'm saying? You're setting a tone for what you'll tolerate, for how your kids will see relationships, and for what kind of legacy you're building, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, sometimes things can work out despite bad decisions, you know what I'm saying? But imagine how much more peace, how much clarity and respect when we would have if we started with like values that protect us, instead of like hoping for a happy ending from chaos. You know what I'm saying? Like, not hopping on her situation, just saying that that's not the blueprint, but thank God that it worked out for her. But there's better ways to build stability for future and better blueprints for future generations to protect themselves and have healthier relationships and have healthier guidance and see from healthier situations. So that's my thoughts on that. We'll go ahead and get into the rest of this. I'm gonna wrap it up.
Through it too. I know that's right. That's different.
So let me ask you a question.
I bet.
You go to his house or he come to your house? Or it's a neutral site hotel?
See, I don't go to people's houses.
They come to you?
Never been a person to go to nobody's house.
He come to you?
Absolutely, I will.
Oh, no.
Got to come.
No. We got to be neutral site. Because, hey, women sometimes are not as forthcoming as they need to be. And so, I left him 20 minutes ago. And I've been in situations, and you know it's not comfortable. And so, no, I have not closed my eyes at a woman's house in 33 years. And I ain't going.
I got you. But that means something happened that you didn't get over.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I understand it. I understand it. Now, see, Chris did not make it to my house until like our third date.
Right.
Because, all right, so the first date, he planned at a nice, really, really nice restaurant, right? And he had like rented the room. It was a
Chris got bread like that?
Excuse me? So he had rented like a private room. You know, some of those like 5-star restaurants have private rooms.
Yeah, I know
people,
that. Yeah.
You know, people like me, you come in there, have parties and stuff like that, and we don't want to be with, you know, the other dining area. So he
taking pictures all night inside.
Yes. So he rented that, and it was just us in this whole big room in this nice hotel downtown Baltimore, right? So then he says, the conversation that this man had with me on the first date, he could have a conversation. That's what got me. You asked me, how did you know he was the one? He could have a damn conversation. And he did not ask me about Jess Hilarious one time. He wanted to know who Jessica Robin Moore was.
Whoops. Yeah, I'm about to wrap this up, y'all. So yeah, like, hold on, let me get through this commercial. But yeah, like, let me stop this real quick. Sorry about that. I had a little error right there. But yeah, man, I'm not here to judge Jess. I'm not here to judge Jess, but I'm here to challenge the culture. Just because something worked out once doesn't make it the right path. You know what I'm saying? We need to protect our hearts, we need to protect our homes, and we need to protect the next generation. Appreciate y'all for watching. Hit the like, drop a comment, and I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out.